Hi, everybody. Welcome to the swamp. Meet
Hi,
Miss
everybody.
T is back again. So I love our monthly get-togethers when we get to sit and um, and just do some readings for y'all. No politics, no medical, no legal, just personal readings, mediumship readings. That's more Jean's department. Sometimes I get something, sometimes I don't. So you never know with me.
Lots
But
of fun and uplifting happiness. I was on with Allie a little while ago, and we had just kept talking about things that were like lifting our spirits and talking about fun and inspiring ideas and subjects. And it was a lot. It was a beautiful jumping off point. It was fun.
awesome. Yeah, I watched I listened to most of it. I didn't actually get to watch it because I was driving in the car
And
and I
Gerald
had
is
my earbuds plugged in, so I was just listening. And thank you, Dr. Ann. Thank you, Bora Bora. Um, yeah, I guess I'll start with an update. My son is feeling a little bit better. Every day it's a little bit better, but it's definitely heart disease. And they did find blockage. They haven't done a stent. They're not sure if they're going to do a stent. The doctors at the emergency room want to wait until they can have a conference with his regular doctor so that they can get together and look at all the different medications that he already takes for his gastro issues, and so that nothing has an adverse effect on the other
that's
and
good.
or on him. So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather them take a little extra time and check. So thank you everybody for all of you who have donated. It's just been overwhelming the amount of messages and love and healing and prayers and people sharing the link and everything. It's been greatly appreciated. My son is like, I can't believe all these people. I'm like, I'm as surprised as you are. I said, don't feel bad. So I'm working on an updated video that I can put up, and then I'll repost the link and everything with the new video. I'm gonna try to get that done today. If not, I'll try to finish it tomorrow. But um, but we're taking it one day at a time. He he had planned. Well, he had already had a gig set for yesterday that was set up like weeks ago, and all week long he kept talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go. I think I'll be all right. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna go. And I'm like, no, I don't think you need to go. I think you need to stay home. And so it was all week, and finally I got to the point where I was like, okay, look, you're a grown man. I, you're gonna make your own decision. And yesterday morning he woke up, he said, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. And I'm like, thank you. I was like, yes, no, you don't need to do that. I said, you need to stay home. Um, so,
Yeah.
but
It's important to listen to our bodies and our instincts, and good for him. And I'm glad that he's feeling better and that there's a plan of action. I think that's now that it's known.
yeah, we're just waiting for his doctor to get back from vacation or wherever it is he's been out of contact for the last week. So, um, and then today is Sir Ringo Starr's birthday. And every year on his birthday, all he asks people to do is to go outside, hold up the peace sign, and holler out peace and love to everybody so that we can all just spread it out into the universe. That's all he ever asked for. So, peace and love, everybody, because I was in the car driving and couldn't do it when it was noon. And so we just ask everybody to do it at noon. Whenever it's noon, your time, go out and do it. So at any point today, go out and just holler out peace and love, and your neighbors will think you're nuts, but just tell them, yeah, Ringo
And
told me to do it.
it's Ringo Starr's birthday. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's for about, I guess, about the last 10 years or so. That's what
Wow.
people would ask him, what he wanted for his birthday, and he would just say, well, I want peace and love. And it just kind of clicked with him. And so he started just putting it out there. I mean, his family and friends and stuff usually have a party for him, and he started doing it like wherever he was at on that day. He would include whoever was there, fans and stuff, to come and join them, and then they would do a big peace and love, everybody, and it just kind of caught on, and then he decided, well, that's what I'm going to ask for my birthday every year, is just everybody to say peace and love and just put it out there. And I'm like, that's just the coolest thing ever. I
Absolutely.
already got
That,
everything he needs. What would anybody get him anyway? I'm sure his
yeah.
family feel the same way. What do you buy somebody that already has everything they need and can buy anything they want? So,
It was certainly divine intervention for all four of those men to find each other and to have the
oh
longevity
yeah,
that they did and the outlook that they did and the humanitarianism and the, just the spiritual awareness that they did. I mean, each one of them contributed in such a humongous way. It's just amazing to
well, and they all met when they were like teenagers. That's when John and Paul met. John had his own little band that he was playing with other high school boys, and they were doing a gig somewhere at some church. They were doing like a church function, and somebody he knew that was friends with Paul introduced them, and they sat down and started talking, and it just clicked. And from what both of them said, it was like meeting a brother they didn't know they had, and just the amount of talent that came out of those four men. I mean, and the fact that four very different men from very different kind of backgrounds, even though they were all from England in the same kind of vicinity, they all came from different backgrounds. Um, the fact that they were able to practically live together, especially when they were still traveling and doing shows on the road, and the music they created, I mean, probably the majority of music today is because of them and what they did. They were trailblazers. Um, they were fans of people like Chuck Berry and Elvis Presley and Bo Diddley and folks like that, who were the kind of the blues and jazz people from the early 50s. And I think it was like 58, 59 when John and Paul met.
wow.
Uh, and then one of them knew George and brought him in. And then one of their first gigs that they went on, and they went, I want to say, to Germany to go play. And the drummer they had, there was issues, and the drummer left, and they ran into Ringo and said, well, can you play drums? And he said, sure. And the rest, as they say, is history. So it truly is amazing you know, what they have accomplished with their life. And granted,
Yep.
Paul and Ringo are the only two still here, and they're still touring. They're still putting out new music. They're still doing concerts. I mean, and both of them are like up in their 80s. It's like, holy moly, man. And they still rock it like the Rolling Stones do. I mean, Mick Jagger's still out there kicking ass on the stage, and he looks like he's petrified, but I mean, like a
Wow.
petrified
Well,
version of himself. But
that was so beautiful, and I think it's a beautiful thing to send peace and love to all of humanity and all of Earth's creations, and you know, to me and to you and to all of us as well. It's
absolutely.
beautiful. Thank you
And
very much for mentioning that, and I think I'm going
you're
to add that
welcome.
to my end of life instructions.
Me too. I think it's going to be part of my final wishes. I want everybody to go out and say peace and love. Um, so today is a portal day. It's 7/7. Um, I'm not quite sure what kind of portal day it is. I don't, maybe you know, Jean. I don't
I
know.
don't. I don't. I'm
I
not
heard
that.
Allie talking about it earlier and then again last night, but it was catching snippets of the conversation, so I wasn't really able to follow along with all of it. So I just know it's a portal day, and next month is the big portal day, and that's 8/8 Lionsgate, and I know that one is very, very powerful, and I'm
I think
sure
it's
there's a
the astrological alignment that allows the energies to come in
yeah,
and or downloads or information, these types of portals. But um, yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing to recognize. And I do remember um, probably back in like 2015 or 2018 or something that I had an 8/8 sort of thing to do with my friends, and I was like, yeah, I don't really feel anything. I don't know what everybody's talking about. I'm just like, I don't notice anything. And then like 3 months later, like in December or January, I turned around and looked back. I'm like, oh, that's what that was, because everything had changed and I didn't, you don't,
yeah,
it all happens, in such small increments and you don't realize, but so many things had changed for me and opportunities opened up. It was quite impactful, and so that was interesting to recognize the A portal. And yeah, it is one of the
yeah. I
more
know.
popular ones.
I think it was last summer when I heard several people talking about it, and I was like, what is Lionsgate? I didn't know what it was because a lot of this is still kind of new to me. I'm kind of learning on the fly as I go here. And so sometimes I say stupid stuff because I'm just guessing at it. I don't know. And then I find out what it really is, and I have to go in and say, okay, I have to correct what I said. It was wrong. This is what it means. So I try not to do that now unless I've had a chance to look it up or talk to somebody to know what it is I'm going to talk about. But we're going to do questions today. Just anything. Let's keep the theme of peace and love, and just leave it.
Oh,
Let's just do that theme for messages today. Messages or readings for peace and love. And
that's
um,
beautiful.
I think I'm
I
going to
can
have to
do like
switch out one of
energy
my decks.
readings, like a
Say it
psychic
again.
energy reading on you, your spiritual energy, your soul's vibrational energy. I can connect to your loved ones or your pets or your spirit guides, and yeah, that's lovely.
And I can pull cards, and sometimes stuff comes through for me and sometimes it don't. We'll see what happens. So I'm still working on getting that flap to open when I want it to open. I
I
said
love
that to
that. It makes
somebody
sense,
one
doesn't
day.
it?
Yeah, it does make sense. I said that to somebody and they were like, flap? What flap? And I said, that's how it was explained to me. We have a flap. And you got to
Hmm.
open the flap to give the messages and then close the flap when you don't want to get messages. And they were like, okay, well, that actually kind of makes sense. And I said, exactly. So I said, that's what
Hmm.
I'm working on is how to control the flap. So,
Hmm.
um,
It's a muscle. You really have to work it. And I still have to work and practice with mine. No matter how much I do readings, I still need practice as well. And yeah, it's important.
absolutely.
Hmm.
All righty. Well, we're already, I'm not even going to run through all the names, y'all, because we'll be here till 10 o'clock tonight. We've already got a whole bunch in here. So, hello and thank you for coming. And we're glad to see you. And if you have any questions for uh, peace and love in your life or a message of peace and love from someone, then say the word. And if you don't mind, kindly put it in caps so I can see it. Otherwise, I might miss it, and I don't like to do that. I try to catch them as they come. So if you're ready to get started, Gene, we'll get this show on the road here.
Yes, yes, whenever you're ready.
Okay, JR wants to know which archangel best suits me and why.
Mm. Well, JR, the first thing I heard and felt for you is Archangel Metatron. He is sort of like the head of many archangels and a culmination, and has the abilities and the attributes of many of the archangels altogether. Archangel Metatron is very much spirit in the leading humanity through our evolution, as well as connection to the galactic realm. And JR, I feel as though you have an advanced energy around you, and Archangel Metatron would be one. If you're not familiar with, it would be one to Google and find out a little bit more, because he's absolutely phenomenal, amazing, and really is here to assist all sentient beings. He's quite amazing and one of my favorites as well.
I'm gonna go change a deck of cards here in a minute and go get my angel cards because I didn't think to grab those. But in the meantime, I pulled for you outrageous openness, and it talks about, dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. So just, recite that in your mind, or go say it out loud. It's even better. And you can always go play back this little clip to see exactly what it was I said, or just, paraphrase it, whatever works best for you. And just be willing to be open to the message. It's truly amazing when you open yourself up like that, what comes through. So I hope that helped, JR. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have Heather. And she would like to know if there are any messages for her about things I need to do or know. Okay.
Sure. I'm not sure what that icon is. Is this Heather from the Crone Zone? I don't know.
I don't know which Heather it is. Heather, which Heather are you?
I just can't see the icon. It's very,
Yes, it's
okay.
Heather from the Crone Zone. Okay.
Okay. I
While
thought I
you do that, I'm
recognized
going to
it.
go grab
Just
my
a
other
little.
cards. So.
Okay. Thank you for asking, Heather. Any messages? They're letting me know, Heather, that you are one of the way showers, and that this role is offered to you, and is your free will whether to accept the mission. And you can work on this day to day. In other words, you will be called to carry the light, carry the wisdom, and to share the light and the wisdom, and also to share the love and the peace as well. They want me to bring this in. They're letting me know that your expertise and your experience together combined is priceless, and is high vibrational, and you'll be able to cultivate. I feel as though you cultivate other people's energies, other people who need the awakening. I don't know, what do they call that when somebody triggers somebody else, but not triggers, you awaken other people. There's something that you do that you are you spontaneously affect other people in your vicinity and online. I think it's just like spark, or there is a name for it. I can't think of that name. So that's what I got for you, Heather. You're very much a way shower, and that you are a spark of awakeness or awareness for other people.
Okay. Let's see if I can find this. This is like
Yep.
the first time I'm using this deck here.
KK says it's like a a catalyst. You're a catalyst for other people as well. But there's something that you it's like an energetic, and trigger is not the right word. It's an energetic enlighten, or awareness, or activation. I think it's more activation. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Miss Heather, I pulled for you Archangel Uriel. Learning experience. It says, take the time to review, study, and hone your knowledge before proceeding further. Uriel means God's light and is considered the angel of light. He comes to us when it's time for awareness and answers. He's also the angel who comes to help us in education and higher learning. Wish I'd have known that a few years back. I know who I would have been calling to help. Basically, what the message is with this is that it's time to take an inventory of your life. Recognizing where you are and how far you have come is essential for the next stage of your evolution. Your angels are here now to encourage you through this time of inquiry and learning so that you can reach a deeper state of awareness and initiate great spiritual growth. Oh, that's very cool.
Beautiful. I love the color of Uriel.
Yeah, it's all gold and looks like blue, purple. Blue and purple, both mixed in with there. But yeah, it's gorgeous. This is a new deck by Kyle Gray, the 22 Archangels Oracle.
Wow.
And that's all. It's only 22 cards, and that's all it is. It's just archangels, and they're what they do. So it's really a nice deck. So Heather, I hope that resonated with you. I'm gonna have to say questions closed. At this point, we've got 14 people starred. We'll not get to all of you, but we will do our best to try to get to as many of you as we can. Let's see. Next up, we have Polly, who would love a message, please. Who do you want the message from, Polly? Are you looking for a message from someone who's passed or from your angels and guides? Kind of give us a little idea of where to look. And
I'm just going to get a message from her spirit guides while we're reading. Oh, Polly, I feel that you have a heavy heart. I'm so sorry to hear this, that you have uncertainty and adversity, and I just feel like there's been the last couple of weeks have been difficult for you to move forward. I feel like maybe I do feel you have a heavy heart. I do feel like you're searching and you're wondering, when am I going to feel good again? Like I was doing good, and I was feeling the spirit guides, I was feeling the angels, I was feeling the hope and the encouragement. And now all of a sudden I feel like somebody took the floor out from under me, and you're feeling, and Polly, what I think it is now that they're telling me is you have, you're very empathetic. You have a strong empathy for the collective, and that means all of humanity. So that if you are near the storm, Sherry and I were just checking out Errol or Beryl, and like you feel this, Polly. So you're like, what's wrong? Why am I feeling so melancholy? Why do I not have that strength that I had? And we have this sort of momentum that we feel, that we have this momentum of connecting to our higher vibration, and things are good, and synchronicities and understanding, and then all of a sudden it's like vanishes, and you're like, what happened? So I feel like you're kind of wondering what's going on. Why is the energy changing? And you know, it's there's a lot for us to keep track of and to be mindful of. And what they want you to know is that this too shall pass, and the ebb, when or the flow that comes back from your ebb and flow will come in with just a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more information. And they just want you to make sure, not make sure, but to be ready when it comes in again, and really appreciate the times when that is there for us, so that we can sort of hold on to that as a as assistance to get through the lower times, or the times where we feel like it's gone away. And actually, I have to let you know, and I know that it's a collective thing too, but personally I've felt like the wind has been out of my sails. I'm like, okay, what happened? Like, June was good, and I felt the wind at my sails, and now I just, like, the motivation or the inspiration is not quite as strong. And then, like, last week, I was like making all these notes for all these ideas for show ideas, so it does ebb and flow, and that's natural. And they just want you to take care of yourself through this downtime. How about you,
Awesome.
Sherry?
Well, I pulled for you, Michael. And Michael his name stands for He Who is Like God. And he's considered to be the Prince of Light and the chief of the angelic realm. So under God, he is the head honcho, which is kind of cool if you ask me. He is also the presence we can invoke whenever we are feeling fearful or constrained. And he will cut through the ties of fear and help liberate us. That's pretty awesome, too. Um, it talks about all the roadblocks you have been facing are tumbling down. Angels are giving you the go ahead. Now is the time. The divine is opening the way to experiences, opportunities, and connections that will help you live with purpose and live on purpose. And it's important to stay rooted in your spiritual practice, like what Jean was talking about, and connect with the divine. Um, this loving presence is the reason you are who you are today. Take the time to pause, reflect, and be grateful for where you are today. The ultimate key to growth is never to forget who you really are and where you have come from as you go further and reach higher. So that's what Michael will help you with, as well as protection and whatnot. I know I made him work overtime when I was coming back to California because it was a crazy trip. So you're
I
going to
know.
work now. So um, let's see. And real quick, somebody made mention in the chat that they discovered that they were no longer subscribed to me and thought maybe I had taken them off or something, I guess. And it's YouTube has weird algorithms, and they will randomly go through all the channels and they'll just kick people off for
I think
whatever
it's a
reason.
glitch in the system. I don't think they intentionally do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I think
intentional.
something, they
Yeah.
don't know what's making it happen. And I think that, one of those glitches in the system. I truly
It's
believe
just
it's not
annoying. I
intentional.
tell everybody once a month, go through your subscribe list and make sure you're still subscribed to the people you want to be subscribed to. It happened to me, and I was on the channel moderating that day for the
Oh,
hostess. I was actually a member of her channel, and I noticed that I was no longer subscribed to her channel. I was like, how can I be a moderator and a member but not be subscribed? That doesn't make any
wow.
sense. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's how screwy their algorithm can get.
Hmm.
So when it happens, just resubscribe. I mean, it's free, so it's not like it's gonna, you know, upset any apple carts. Um, okay, next up we have JR. Can I get an energy reading, please?
Did we not start with JR, or was that, didn't
JR was
I?
the same person? Yeah, we did start with JR.
Yeah.
Okay, they put it in twice. That's what it is. Okay, so next up is Sarah Ann, who would love a message about her career.
Hi, Sarah. I feel like you are, you have a lifeline. You're a lifeline to people. I'm not sure if you are a nurse or if you are a teacher or if you are, um, there's somebody like people's lives. You affect people's lives, and that people's lives depend on what you do. So it's very important, the work that you do, and it's also quite intense, I feel. Um, so I'm not sure. Are you looking for a change, or are you looking for um, where to go from here, or if you should stay, or are you in between jobs? But I do feel as though whatever you're doing the work that you do, whether you're currently doing it or if you're in between, I can't tell. But but I do feel as though it's very important, and you do carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, or each and every person's well-being on your shoulders, and um, it's a commendable vocation and service that you offer, but you also want to be compensated fairly for your effort and your energy. And you want to make sure you're in a place where that is in balance and your work life is also in balance because of the enormity and the the heaviness of the job itself. It's important that you have that balance or that equal compensation or the fairness in there. Um, New direction. I help people get out of bad domestic situations, but not as a career, not always by choice. They seem to find me. I'm a marketing consultant. Okay. Okay. So that's where I find that yeah. And um, I commend you for the efforts that you offer, and you're like an angel here on earth, Sarah. And I don't mean that to be. I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm letting you know that there is a reason why people find you, and this is a natural ability that you have. That you are there to make connections for people. Um,
Anything
So
else?
you may just be looking for something that gives you that type of a satisfaction. So with a marketing consultant, you can be in any industry, and perhaps you might want to look for something in an industry that has more of a proactive or pro humanity kind of a um, reason behind it. I know that my friend Terry Suzuki used to work for the Poison Control Center. It might be something you can be marketing anything. So instead of marketing, the stock market and making people richer, you might want to market, how to garden or something, whatever it is. But just, you may want to focus a little bit more on the humanitarian industry that you're doing your work for. And I know that that makes it more meaningful. But thank you very much for the work that you do. And I do feel as though you're an angel here on earth. So thank you.
Very good. Well, I went to the Enchanted Map Oracle and I pulled for you Bone Collector. I don't know if you can see her face, but she sure looks happy with what she's doing. It says that when this card appears, it's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Um, so, this card's here to remind you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. Um, you have kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is you're here for, and she is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the bone collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you find you'll have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. So I would say that, if you're asking about your career, perhaps it's because there's some aspect of it that you're not happy with, or that it's just not clicking for you anymore. Um, like Jean was saying, it may be time to go in and reevaluate and look to see, where does your passion lie? That could be the direction you need to move into. If you're passionate about gardening, then go into gardening. If you're passionate about books, then go into book reading and bookstores and libraries and whatnot. The sky's the limit with so much. And here it's just a matter of going into that which you feel drawn, I guess would be the best way to put it. What is your passion? Where do you light up when something comes along or happens? Um, okay. Dr. Ann is next and would like to connect with her energies and spirit guides with a message.
Oh, absolutely. All the way in um, New Zealand. So I'm going to stretch. There is no space and time in the spiritual realm. So you have the gift of joy, you have the gift of contentment, and you have the gift of teaching and connecting. You have the gift of energy, the enthusiasm, the energy, the connection that you assist with in every way. This enthusiasm is a blessing and is contagious, and you're also raising the vibration in the area where you're living. You're also connecting and working on the grid, the crystal grid. You may also be working on ley lines, but they're saying that you are in a place where you're meant to be, and that it is by design, and to be reassured by this and this contentment and this relax. It's almost like you have like a like there's like a resolve or a resting or a relaxing, or something is like you feel like you're in the flow there, and then you feel that you are able to take care of your spiritual work in the way that you see fit. um, they want you to also monitor your energy as far as work-life balance to your work, because you are such an energy worker, and you said you do connect and you do empower on a spiritual sense, that you during your job, during your daytime, you have this giving 100% too, and they want you to make sure that you keep things in balance, and to um, steady as she goes. I don't know if you're off right now. I don't know. Actually, isn't it winter there? Perhaps I don't know if the school season is in season or not, um, but they just want you to keep your work life in balance, and to monitor the your energy while you're doing that, because when you're home you think you're resting, but you're actually working, and when you're asleep you think you're resting and you're actually working. So they just want you to make sure that you have that balance between all of it. There you go. How about you,
Awesome.
Sherry?
Well, Dr. Ann, I pulled for you Divine Source, and in it says, uh, help would be, it's phrased in first person, so would be what you're saying to spirit, is help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. So just keep that in mind so that as you go about your day, as you start your morning, you realize that it's already filling you up. And then I pull for you the talisman. And this talks about, it helps you recognize who your allies are and how to find the best routes along the way in your life. You tend to know what the next step needs to be, and then you take it, you follow through. It says that a great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision, and you've learned your lessons and earned the right to be successful. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
I would love one
Absolutely.
of those cards as well, Sherry. I
That makes
want a reading from
three of us. Yeah. Can I
I
have
would
one
like
of those?
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. And Dr. Ann is still recovering. She had to have surgery, and they found more concerning things with the surgery. So she's going to have to undergo more stuff. So y'all keep her in your prayers as well.
Yeah,
And
all the best to you, Dr. Ann.
very much so. Okay, Julie Hamill, you're next. And then High Vibin 888 is after Julie. So Julie would like a loving message from her guides.
So, Julian, there's a gentleman here, an older gentleman. I'm not sure. It's somebody who you love or loved, and or who you idolize. And I say that because I think it could also be a spiritual guru in some sense. I don't know if you're very attuned to. It could be like Metatron, or it could be Jesus, or it could be the Dalai Lama, or somebody. There's a spiritual person who you cherish. And this could be even like John Lennon or something. Like there's somebody who you idolize, who you really admire, and is in who has passed and is now like a spiritual mentor for you. Just let me know. I haven't seen this before. It's quite unusual that I see you looking or watching one man. Either that, or you have well, a galactic guide that is watching over you as well. So, Julie, there is somebody here who's watching over you, who is very much a guardian angel and a spiritual teacher, master, guide. And they want you to know that they are. Oh, she's saying her grandma. Maybe it's her grandma. This person who is guiding you is still here. And they just want you to know that you haven't lost, like there's no wisdom that's lost, or there's no words that no words left unspoken, because the conversation continues, and she's able to give you thoughts and feelings and ideas and inspiration and words in songs, or different things, even in your own voice. They can still guide you this way, Julie. But it's a very beautiful energy, very divine and inspirational, and the love and the dedication and the connection that you two have is very strong. And they just want you to know the connection continues, even though it's not right here and they're on the other side. I can't do that. I don't know how I do, but maybe in a different direction, but that connection is still there. So yeah, very nice, Julie.
And
How
you
about you?
mentioned galactic being.
I did.
And I pulled for you Orion, manifestation vortex. Orion means rising in the sky and is a cosmic angelic being who is offering the earth support from heaven. Um, he brings down the power and energy of the stars, helping us connect with the imaginable and tap into possibility. He governs the stellar gateway, an energy center that is found above the chakras and allows us to draw upon and embody the manifesting power of the universe. So he is really, really strong and powerful. And he is right there working with you side by side on this. It says that this is a blessed time. Angels are drawing close to you and encouraging you to continue focusing on the life you want to create and the blessings you are ready to receive. Believe that you can create anything. And it says, angels want you to know that the life you want is here. You are being filled with the infinite light and energy of the cosmos. And that's part of the joy of all of this shift happening. We're all upgrading, or shifting into a higher mode of existence, and on a scale that I don't think most people can even fathom. I mean, we struggle with trying to fathom with it and explain it to people when we get readings on it. And it's just very overwhelming, the kind of energy I know that I pick up on it. The downloads can be absolutely exhausting. Um, I had to literally tell my guides no more downloads when I'm driving. They almost made me have a wreck, because I completely, like, I'm gone, when they start. I'm like, y'all just have to wait till I'm home, and I'm going to be seated and doing okay for a little while. I said, don't be hitting me with it when I'm in the car. So far they've been really good about obeying that. But basically it's Orion is there to support you as you manifest your wildest dreams and the life that you deserve. We all deserve to have a good life. We all deserve to have our needs met. Not to mention our wants, but basically our needs. Um, and so it's very important that we kind of stay clued into that, and not pretend like that's not an important aspect of our lives. It's a very important aspect of it. Um, Jean was spot on with what she was saying. You have to open up. You have to be willing to let them come in and talk to you. And I had just pulled this card when you said galactic energies, and I was like, okay, yeah, that kind of lines right up there. So I hope that helps, Julie, and thank you for the question.
Thank you, Julie.
See. Oh, I like this. Chuck says, nothing has ever been said about God that hasn't already been said better by the wind and the pine trees.
Aww.
Thomas Merton. I like that quote.
Mm-hmm.
And you can replace the word God with whatever it is that you believe is your ultimate power source, divine feminine, divine masculine, source, spirit guides, however you frame the way you talk when you talk to God, that's your thing. And so a lot of these authors will use the words God interchangeably all the time between source and spirit and that not and whatnot. It just depends, I guess, on what comes through.
Or the universe, right? A lot of times we say the universe.
The universe, mm-hmm. Exactly. So,
Mm-hmm.
So substitute, put in whatever word that you are most comfortable with. When somebody's letting you know something like this, don't shut it off just because it says God and you don't believe in God. That's your business. Substitute what you do believe in, and stick it in there, and that'll work just fine. It's all the same thing in my book, so okay, next up we got High Vibin 888.
Hello. Hi, Vibin.
I like that name. You must be a flower child. A message of love, hope, and encouragement, please. Well, that's
They
skipping
want you to
right
know
along with
to.
Ringo's. Go ahead.
I was just getting that they want you to trust the flow of the messages that are coming through, and to try to be kind and understand that they are intended to be the way they come through, and that I almost feel like there's like you would say something or write something or sing something, and then you would say, why did I do it that way, or why did it come out like that, or I could have done it so much better. They want you to honor the natural and spontaneous uh, creation that comes through you, whether it's in words or song or drawing, whatever the creative energy that is coming through you. They want you to honor that as and ask your ego to step aside, that this has nothing to do with your ego, and to release the judgment, because it was all creative, and the ego has no part in critiquing whatever comes through you, that it is all source driven, and it is all divine creation. So honor that. And that's what I got for you. Wow.
Awesome. Well, the first card I pulled for you is Karma. And it just says there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. So that was the first one I got. And then it didn't feel done yet. So I drew from another deck and I got Coming Apart. And when I looked that up, it talks about the Coming Apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Let it go. You can't get new things coming in. You can't draw in new powers and energies if you're still clinging to old stuff that no longer works for you or that you no longer believe in. Let that go and just open yourself up to it. Um, it says if someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. Um, it says separation can bring good fortune. Sometimes that's exactly what needs to happen, is to get away from that person because they're not healthy for you. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're doing your time alone, with spirit. Keep that in mind. Okay, next up I have Craig. Craig and
Craig Dixon.
Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, Craig Dixon's here. Oof, I
And
thought
I'm
my
sure
high
Sarah's with him. So
Yeah. He says, I thought my high school English teacher, or I thought of my high school English teacher, Mrs. Hall Fry. Uh, it made me cry at the memory. Does she have anything to tell me? Aw.
you know,
I, yeah,
I'm not a
go ahead.
teacher, but my brother's a teacher, and my mom taught like different kinds of classes and stuff, not an education teacher. Um, and there is nothing more profound in your life or in the life of the teacher that 20, 30, 40 years later, whatever they taught you as a child still has great impact on you today, or gave you the ability to make changes to turn your life around. Um, I think that's the greatest compliment a teacher can get, is that even after the fact, even decades down the road, part of them and what they taught that student stays with that student. And I just I'm okay. The flap's opening. I'm getting from her that she doesn't want you to cry at the memory. She wants you to smile at the memory because she was proud of you. And that the fact that you still cherish some of that relationship is overwhelming for her. That's what I'm getting.
That's nice, Sherry. So, Craig, like Sherry said, I think that there was a fondness and there was a connection, and perhaps you two are in each other's soul family. You know, there could be hundreds of us, and we incarnate together, and you two saw the connection of your souls and remembered the connection of your souls. And perhaps this is now that you're connecting to your own soul and connecting to your own divine spark, that she is proud of you once more, and sees that special, that what she saw that was so special in you in that English class, she now sees on the other side the specialness in this spiritual journey that you're on. And I think that with you being soul family, she's able to come in and touch your heart once more, just to remind you of the connection. And how beautiful and how amazing that you allow yourself to release and let go enough so that this energy or this memory or this opportunity could float in for you. Really good work, Craig. You're doing really good work, and it's so beautiful to see the vulnerability and the openness that you have to allow for these things to come in and to guide you in at this time in your life. It's really beautiful.
Absolutely. All right, Craig. I hope that resonated with you, darling. Jean, we are right at 57 minutes. So I don't know if you're like really pressed for time. I know I have another show in like an
Yeah,
hour.
it's up to you if you want to
So if
do
you
one
can do
more
one or
or
two more,
okay, that's
we can
fine.
try to grab a couple more here.
Yeah.
Um,
And Julie just said, I had a wonderful teacher in the fifth grade. She played the guitar to us, and how wonderful of a memory, and that musical memory, and that creative energy that she shared with you, and that you remember it so fondly, Julie. How sweet. And
oh
thank you,
yeah,
Craig, for making all or allowing all of us to remember all of our fondest teachers and moments in our lives too. It's nice.
that's lovely, Craig. You saw what he wrote? He feels that
She
he let her down. No, you didn't let her down. She was very proud of you. She was a great lady. She was a city councilor. She voted for JFK in 1960 for the first time. That was the
Wow.
first time she voted. Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
Thanks for letting us know, Craig.
All right. Next up, I got KCT, who would like to get a message from her papa or his papa. I'm not sure if it's a he or a her, for guidance and love.
Casey, let us know what your papa's first name is. Is this a grandfather or a father? Because some people, it's an interchangeable name. I just want to make sure I'm connecting to the right person. Is Casey still here?
Yep, a
Oh,
father.
okay.
What was your father's name? Jack. Okay. For her father, Jack.
And isn't it funny that Craig was just talking about JFK and they called him Jack as well? It's no coincidence. I'm letting you know any little way that spirit can come in with a little synchronicity to give us a little wink to say, see, it's on purpose. It's not just random. I'm telling you, they do it every time we're on a show.
Yeah.
It's it's
And not just
it's
for
not
y'all,
random.
they do it to us too. So
I'm tickled because I can feel the energy of them winking. Like, isn't that funny? Did you see the connection on that one? Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah, I can hear the giggle with that. Okay, Casey, I pulled for you Moonlight. And this talks about your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, the logical, and the analytical and follow it. I think that what your dad is trying to tell you is quit second guessing yourself. Go with what your hunches are. You'll know if it's right because you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your gut. You'll feel if you're on the right track. And don't second guess yourself. Go with that feeling. Um, since the language of intuition is a symbolic one, just like we had, just talking about JFK, and then you turn around and say, yeah, my dad's name is Jack. That's a synchronicity. That's giving a message right there that we're all tied together. Um, and you're getting messages sent to you. Just that little bit right there was a message of just don't close the door if you're not sure what's going on. Just open up and let it come. That's what I'm getting.
Wonderful. Beautiful. Sherry, you did that without cards. That was good.
I drew one, and when I drew one, it was like that's when I heard, okay,
Yep,
we'll
I
point
love
out this
that.
part,
See,
this part, this
it
part.
it takes a little while. It really takes a
It,
little while. And when I'm connecting to the spiritual realm and with loved ones, it absolutely helps you and your spirit guides and your energy to raise. That's why we do the not why, but it really helps when we do these collaborations, you guys. It's just not the same one on one. So I wanted to give Casey a message from Jack, and I feel like he had a large presence in the sense that he was successful and important. He told me he was hard nosed and had like ethics and responsibilities, and he would stick to his guns and stick to the program, so to speak. But he was soft and sweet with his loved ones, especially he's showing me with grandchildren, and he's saying that he really appreciated. I don't know how important, how not important, but how connected you were to him while towards the end of his lifetime. I'm not sure if you were in his life taking care of him or watching out for him, but he's just saying, thank you for giving me the grace to be who I am, all sides of who I am. The important, successful, hard nosed businessman or, professional, and also the loving father and the with the sweetness. And he's saying that you gave him grace. You gave him grace in any capacity in which he came in. And I feel like you gave him dignity as well. You allowed him the dignity to, I'm not sure if maybe he was failing in some way, whether it was he couldn't walk as well or he couldn't, drive as well. There's something that he's showing me that would have ordinarily taken away some dignity. And he's saying that you gave him the grace and allowed him to continue. I'm not sure what this was. He's just wanting to thank you for this and for your efforts and for your love. It almost seems like your love evolved. Like he was this large, important, successful man when you were younger that you looked up to, and then he was when he was a grandfather to your kids. um, he was soft and sweet, and then as he became aging and you became not the adult role but more of a caretaker role, then this is he's saying that you gave him grace in every um, in every stage of his life, and he just wants to thank you for that, because he can see the way he affected you, like um, in our life's review. When we cross over, we not only see what good we did and what what offenses we did. He also sees this through your eyes, and he sees the way he was through your eyes, and he and what it took for you to give him that grace. Not took, but it was a change in the roles. He just wants to thank you for all of what you did and in every stage of your life. And yeah, so she said, I was by his side. That means a lot. And that was Papa. And you're welcome. She said she needed to hear that. Good,
Absolutely.
good. And he's a good communicator, Jack.
All right. Well, we've got time for one more. We've still got 5 of you in here. We're just not going to get to you. I will be back on at 4:30 with on Amy Warrior Princess's channel. You're welcome to come back, and if we are able to get to questions, put that question back in, and we'll try to get it read.
And
Jean, when are you on again?
I'm having Magic Monday tomorrow with
There you go.
Terry Suzuki from Kigaru Spiritual Journeys and Mark the Spirit Whisperer on Magic Monday. That's tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern and 1:30 Pacific, to answer your questions as well. So, but we thank everybody who asked their questions. And who's the lucky one? They don't know how many are left. Who's the lucky one?
We've got Patricia, Son of Watt, Marianne, and G. Covington are the last 4 left to draw from.
Are any of you here? Yeah, I think it's important that they're here. And thank you, KCT. That was really sweet of you. Wow.
Okay, G. Covington is still here. Patricia is here.
Okay.
Son is here.
There you go.
We're all here. There you go.
You gotta roll that dice now, Sherry.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, and Marianne's here. Everybody's here.
Thank you all for staying till the end like this. It's really
absolutely. Let's see, somebody that I haven't heard from or read for in quite a while. Marianne, since you're way over in England, in the UK, it might be harder for you to come back and reconnect with Jean tomorrow. So we'll take this one. And Patricia, Son of Watt, and G. Covington, I'm so sorry we couldn't get to you. Please check Jean out tomorrow. She's doing they'll be doing mediumship and stuff with the other Terrys, and so that way y'all get triple your pleasure for your questions. So
that's funny, Sherry.
I want to say two mints in one, but that's double, not triple. So we have triple.
Yeah, I'll pop it in there for everybody. That's just the link to the show, so you can click on the reminder and be able to find us tomorrow.
And like I said, I'll be doing a mystery show with Amy in about an hour, a little over an hour. We're going to be reading on a cold case, but usually if we have time at the end, we'll try to take a few questions. So if y'all are interested in that kind of stuff and you want to come hang out for a little bit, and then towards the end, you can always throw your question back in there, and maybe we can get that answered. I don't run that show. I'm just the guest every month on that show. So I don't like this.
So, is there a famous author in your family, Marianne Harris? I'm feeling like there's like a storybook or an author, or they're showing me like Winnie the Pooh or Mary Poppins, or is there somebody that read you these stories, or are you an author? They're showing me it's unusual for me to get literary references, and they're just showing me these beloved. Oh my gosh! And she's saying something about the um, storybook, like, but not just children's stories, but real, important stories, and cherished and magical, and they would help you to expand your creativity and your imagination. They're saying this was a gift from the source, from the universe, from your fairy godmother, so to speak, because your imagination is what creates our world around us. And they say that you always have this love, or this I don't even know if you're creative yourself. Are you a painter or a draw, or somebody who draws, or even do you do like Mod Podges? You do something creative. You have a very beautiful surrounding. You have beautiful, like an English garden kind of a surrounding. I don't know whether you have China with English garden, or if you have a dining room with the chairs have like an English garden theme, or sometimes you have like that wallpaper. I don't know, it has like a certain name to it, that wallpaper that they're showing me. But you have a beautiful surrounding to you, and you have a creativity and this imagination that you've always enjoyed. And people will be like, oh, Marianne and her whatever. She's always being she's always picking this English garden, or this creative and fanciful kind of look around her. And it's almost like you're known for it. Like there's Marianne, we're in the Paisley again, or where me and Sherry, we'd probably be known for our leopard skin. I wear that a little too much. But whatever it is, like it's just your way, your style, your creativity, um, um, your expression is unique and beautiful and very creative and extremely imaginative. Um, and I don't know if this was a particular person in your life, or if this is coming from your spirit guides and like your guardian angels. I feel like it's more of like a guardian angel kind of thing. But these
Yeah, because
angels,
I
I
think you
think.
read my card.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah. What
yeah.
you're
She said,
saying, like what's on the message here for the card I drew is like, wow.
"Would you let me see what it says? Why don't you?"
Okay, I drew Sandalphon for
Mm.
you. Building the bridge. It says your role is to create a connection between heaven, earth, and all hearts. And that's what you're here for. His name means co-brother. He's the twin brother of Metatron. And his name comes from the word throne, meaning this is an angel who is around or next to the throne of God. And it's also, he is connected to music and sound, and is often regarded as heaven's master of song. Um, he's one of the youngest yet tallest of the angels. And in the past life, he was the prophet Elijah. So, and it just says that angels are grateful for the light and energy you bring to the earth. There is a sacred mission unfolding for you at this time. Your role is to bring the light that crosses that bridge to those who need it most. And that's what Jean was just saying. I got goosebumps all over me. Absolutely. Just like, wow. I've got goosebumps everywhere.
Oh, she said she's so grateful. You're very welcome. I just popped my website in there in case anybody would like to connect,
There you
or
go.
reach
It's
out
also in the
for
description box below. So,
yeah,
and
and that's
so
if they wanted a reading, go to my website. If you want to subscribe, you can go to my YouTube channel. And I always enjoy our time together, Sherry. It is very
I do
special.
too.
You have
I
a
love
beautiful.
spending time with you.
We have to get together just a little more often. Instead of every 4 weeks,
Yes.
let's do it every 3 weeks or something, because
Yeah,
you
we'll
have
have to
such
do that.
beautiful energy, your kindness, your compassion, your devotion, your willingness to open yourself up and to step outside of your comfort zone is very commendable. I love that.
Well, and that's what I love about you is just your heart is so open. Everybody can just feel the love coming off of you. I know I can. That's the first thing I was drawn to the first time I saw you was like, wow, she is like wide open and just I could feel it. It was definitely synchronicity when we got thrown together
I know.
for a game show that we did among the
We
community
have to figure out how
two
to do
years
that again.
ago. We
Hmm.
did it was you and me and Celtic Sheila Celtic Tarot got put on a team together for charades. And it was like the drawing kind of charade. We had to draw the picture and that's how we got to know each other and it just clicked. And even though
Yeah.
I'm a horrible drawer.
I think that makes it more fun.
Yeah, it
Trying to
was.
figure out what a chocolate chip cookie
Like,
is.
what is that supposed to be? So yeah, that was definitely kismet, meant to be, absolutely. Um, well, thank y'all very much for coming. I'm sorry we couldn't get to everybody, but between Jean and I, we'll try to get to y'all in the next day or two, whatever way we can. G. Covington, I did do my pendulum while Jean was reading on somebody else earlier when I saw your question, and I got a yes on your question. So take that,
That's sweet, Sherry.
I didn't go any further with it, but I did get a yes with the pendulum. So
Mhm.
so hopefully that just means everything's gonna take off and go. So okay, we're gonna go. Jean and I both have to get ready for more stuff to do, and you've got some live shows coming up, in person shows you
Yes, I
got
have
coming.
two psychic fairs coming up. One on the 13th, this Saturday coming up in Annapolis, Maryland, and another one on the 20th on the following Saturday in Columbia, Maryland. And I have a booth at a psychic fair and I'm doing readings, in-person readings. And that's always so much fun. So if you're in the area, please stop by and surprise me
There
because
you go.
you guys always do. Linda comes by and Steve comes by and Lark comes by and Susie 007. I met a couple of you. And of course, Aquila, that's where I met Aquila. So, and
Yeah.
I meet a lot of you and then you come on here. So it's so much fun.
Well, I got a new person that's going to be coming on in a couple of weeks with me, who's right here in my city. We have I didn't even know we had a spiritual shop here, and they just moved to a newer building that's close to where I live now. And I went to a book signing for a local author who's been studying tarot for decades and wrote a
Oh,
book about it. And then he just started a class up this past week on through the Facebook group for those of us that bought the book, and where we studied the Nine of Wands. That was the card we studied that night. And she and I kind of connected. We met at the book signing, and then we were both in the class this past week. And so we just got to chat. And I was like, hey, you want to come on? She's got a channel. She's just starting out with it. And they got a meet and greet coming up at the spiritual shop that I'm going to try to go to and meet a few more people. And it's really nice when you can find people within your orbit that's right here in town with you, that kind of get it. And
yep.
everybody's not
It's
looking at you like you're
reassuring.
a weirdo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to start doing more in-person readings, because the lady that owns the shop, she moved to that building because it gives her an extra room off to the back that she's setting up for readers who don't have a place to read to come in and do readings there. They can rent the room for like $5-10 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and then schedule as many readings as they want to come in and read there, and that way everybody's in a public place, they feel better. And so that's kind of nice, because it's like I can't do it from home. I don't have anywhere to do personal readings. So we'll see how that goes, and little baby steps, a little at a time. So
Absolutely. Well, thanks again, Sherry. Thanks again, everybody. It was nice seeing you all. Thanks for being here.
Thank y'all for being here, and don't forget, peace and love. Give Ringo his birthday wish. So put it out there. And we'll see everybody soon.